Daryl and I are going to talk and answer some of your questions. Please understand that what happened today was very important, but it's just a step in litigation. Legal stories, unfortunately, play out different from voting stories. We've got to file a lot of paperwork on a week from this coming Monday, which is August the 2nd. And when we file that, I promise you that you can obtain copies of it from across the street, wherever the district clerk's office is. I'm turned around right now, but you can get copies of all those pleadings. You'll know a lot more about the case. Okay, would you like to speak, darling?
All right. Thank you all for coming and your interest in my case. First, I want to thank my legal team of advisors, Bryan Associates, and my family, friends, and thousands of supporters across the country and throughout the world who have contacted me in support of my case. I also want to say that thank you to Judge Clapp for serving in the County of Warton, and I completely respect the results that were obtained today, and I look forward to the future outcome of this case and all of these alleged allegations and untruths to come out in my favor. My husband and I love each other very much, and when all evidence is presented, the whole world will know that I am Mrs. Captain Thomas Araguz III, now a widow, and I'm deeply grieving the loss of my husband. And so, thank you very much.
Right now, I would like for Daryl Steadley, who was our gunslinger today, to say what he needs to say.
Good afternoon. Anybody got a question?
Did you get what you want from the judge and his ruling today?
Well, I think, as Nikki was alluding to, we were happy and respectful of his opinion. I think he was very fair. Yes, we did get what we were looking for today, even though it's a small step. I think now it's a more even playing field, and we're looking forward to the next big step, which is our response to the suit to dissolve or call the marriage void. So we're looking forward to that. But yeah, we had a good day to testify that during the time of her marriage, that she was involved with those children. She cares about those children, and she made it clear today that it's kind of hard for someone to get back on their feet when they've been moved to one side. So I think today it was a big step, but the answer to that question is she cares about that. So.
Didn't you know yesterday when she received that check?
Just a second, let us make there. Thank you. Just a second.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that came out today during the marriage. Sometimes they had some financial difficulties. They were doing the best they could do. There was a child support order that was in effect. Nikki would help out with that. She didn't have a problem with that. She had a problem watching those kids, taking care of them.
Prior to this case, how was the relationship between Nikki and the family?
Let me say something. Excuse me. Since you bring up my stepchildren, let me tell you all right now that I've made a vow to my husband while he was alive, that should anything happen to him, that I promised him that I would make sure that our children, because I do consider them our children, that I would help take care of them whenever they needed anything. And I can assure that I will continue to maintain my husband's honor and the respect that he deserves in death as he did in life. And I love those children as much as if I had given them birth biologically.
Mrs. Studley, the attorneys for the Araguz family said today that they have evidence or indication that your client had been involved in relationships with other people before, and the implication it was for monetary reasons. What are the responses? What is the response?
Oh my, no, I'll answer that.
No,
we're
we're not
not
going to respond
gonna-
to that.
no.
I'm sorry. That's
It's disgusting.
the same. We're just not responding to that. Next.
Seriously, Deborah.
You have answered this a little bit before. I think in some of the interviews you did. Kevin Reese with Channel 11. You did some interviews from San Francisco. Raquel stood out here again a little while ago and said that Thomas did not know your background
That's a lie.
until 2 months ago.
That's a lie.
When did he know?
He knew from the time I met him in 2007. Let me take off my glasses for all of you and look at all of you right now. Excuse me. My husband, Thomas Araguz III, I have been completely honest with him about my entire history, legally, financially, physically, mentally, medically, in every way, 100% honest. And I have evidence to prove such facts, okay? That's what I have to say.
So we've just allowed this to, we don't want to get into a slinging contest, but we've always asserted that truth is going to come out and that truth is going to come out.
How long a
One of the things
process do you
Mr.
expect
Ellis
it to
said
be?
before he had his press conference was that, and Raquel.
Who?
Mr. Ellis, the other
The
defendant.
sister.
Mr. Ellis.
Chad Ellis, the attorney.
And along with Raquel Araguz. They said she was acting on the stand, that she was a bad actress.
Well,
and
I
they
mean,
didn't believe her.
Again, we're not getting into that. We're here to talk to you about what the facts are and how we feel about it. But we're not going to get into that sort of tay-to-tay. We're just not doing it.
So what's next now for your client? Where do you go from here?
It's his turn, okay? You don't get the whole press conference. Thank
No more
you.
Do you expect this to be the case? This issue has not made it to the Texas Supreme Court. It's very early in the game, but do you expect it to be the case?
Well, as I said yesterday, I was involved at the tail end of the Littleton case. As an adjunct professor of law, I've taught on the subject. I've written law reviews on the subject, which you can read. I've been friends with Christy Lee Littleton for all of these years. In fact, she's going to do my hair next weekend. She's a good friend. And I've seen too many other people hurt by this. And if we can, if the opportunities appear, if the legal chips go the way I hope they will go, I hope that we can either get Littleton overturned or ruled toothless.
For the $50,000, how soon did Nikki apply to?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not going to answer any questions based on this. We're just following the judge's order. There was no other action taken other than should it be deposited immediately, and that was it.
How was the relationship with the family? A good one before all this? Was that Nikki?
She says it was, and we'll get into that. We've got quite a few witnesses, but we're not going to tell you who they are yet. I want to introduce one more person. She's got a few minutes things to say. Her name is Kristen, Kristan Williams, and she is the head of the Transgender Foundation of America.
All I'm here to say is that we have a fund set up for Nikki Araguz to help pay for living expenses and for her legal expenses. Her assets have been frozen. So if you would like to give that information out to your viewers, they can go to tgctr.org to donate. Thank you.
Thank you.